As you know, I've straddled the corporate world for decades and do have considerable experience talking to CEOs and business leaders. And when they talk to me in my role now, they're dying for people that can communicate effectively, that can write, that can multitask, that actually
Right.
can wear a variety of hats, the types of skills that used to be understood that those were delivered by the humanities. And again, I am pointing fingers very clearly at some of these suspects, but I would say I will also accuse the humanities departments writ large for not telling a better narrative about
Mhm.
what are we developing? Are we developing
Yep.
artsy fartsy kids? Yes, we are, as a matter of fact, but we're equipping people with the ability to think critically. And in a very rapidly changing technology driven world, one
Yeah.
could make, I think, a pretty compelling case that's never been more important. So there's a very viable market opportunity there.
Oh, absolutely. And I think, some small part of the burden does fall on the humanities programs. And there are some really antiquated programs and faculty who sort of refuse to, change the way they teach or, acknowledge the fact that the world is a very different place than it was 30 years ago, whatever. But there's only so much that humanities departments can do on their own.
Yeah.
So it to some extent, I think, yeah, humanities people could do a better job telling a narrative, but believe me, I've been trying for like ever since I got to Marymount for like 15 years, I've been trying to tell the narrative of the value of the humanities and the value of an English degree. And it feels like I'm just screaming my lungs out
Yeah.
against the wind, like nobody's hearing it, right? And I was department chair for many years. I had this long list of internships and job placements and sort of quotes from English majors and how like fulfilling their careers were and how, and they all found their place. Every single one of my English majors. It was the most rewarding thing
Right.
about being a department chair was really working with alumni and seeing them all sort of find a career that was meaningful and exciting for them. Sometimes it took a few years, right? But they would come back to our English night and talk to us about their lives, and it was incredible. It was awesome. But I had all of that data. I had all of those facts, and
Mhm.
it was like a drop in a
Yeah.
very large. I mean, nobody heard it, and nobody really was even wanting to hear it.